Hello and welcome to TFC Reviews. Today, Toronto FC took on New York Red Bull in the battle of first place in the Eastern Conference. So, this is a big game, not gonna lie. Toronto could, with a win, could get into the playoffs. Yes, they would solidify a playoff spot. And if New York won, they would have went above Toronto FC in the standings, which is very important in MLS because the first two spots in the MLS mean the first round of the playoffs. Those teams get a bye, which means they don't have to play anyone. So they're going to be more rested and they'll have home advantage. So, with that history lesson out of the way, let's get to the game. Toronto FC had to make some changes before the game to their starting 11. First off, there was no Ricketts due to injury, no Giovinco because of injury. He wanted to play, but Greg Vanney said, we don't want to risk him, and there's bigger games coming up, i.e. the playoffs. So he took a seat, and no Clint Irwin because Greg Vanney's been trusting in Alex Bono. He's been great since he came in, hasn't missed a beat, and he doesn't want to rush Irwin back. So now, first chance of the game drops to Toronto FC as the replacement for Ricketts and Giovinco. The Canadian boy, Hamilton, runs down the left flank, then crosses it to Altidore, which falls to Delgado, who shoots and is tipped and goes over the bar. 12th minute to get ugly for Toronto FC, as Bradley Wright Phillips, you guys should know him from the EPL back in the day, or F2, plays the ball to a winger, which is Felipe, and it's whipped in across the face of goal, and Badershore dives to try and prevent the cross from reaching its target, but instead it goes off his foot into the net to make it 1-0 for New York Red Bull. Not the start Toronto FC was looking forward to. 22nd minute, Osorio starts the Toronto FC counterattack by playing it in front of Will Johnson, who plays it into Altidore first time, then rounds the keeper and puts it into the side netting. And Toronto FC are still down 1-0. 26th minute, New York Red Bull are denied by an amazing reaction save by Alex Bono after a dangerous cross was met by Bradley Wright Phillips' head. And the reason I'm saying Bradley Wright Phillips all the time is because he has a brother on the team, so yeah. 30th minute, Zavaleta, the Toronto FC center back, slips worse than Steven Gerrard in that game that decided the title for Chelsea. And when you slip, you get punished. And the ball just falls to the league's highest goal scorer, and Bradley Wright Phillips, because he's overtaken Giovinco, who hasn't played in a while, and he dinks it over Bono and makes it 2-0. 40th minute, some hope comes for Toronto FC in the form of the captain, the beautiful bald-headed boy, Michael Bradley, with his first goal of the season right before halftime after a good build-up play and a great finish. And going into halftime, Toronto FC looked like they had a chance finally. 48th minute, Bradley Wright Phillips puts in another one past Alex Bono after he rounds the ball and curls it into the net after an odd man rush for New York Red Bull, and there was nothing Bono could do about it. 52nd minute, Greg Vanney takes action to try and flip the game before it's too late by bringing on Armando Cooper for Delgado immediately after New York go on a counterattack, and Bradley Wright Phillips misses barely. And we could breathe. We still have a chance. We're still in this. 62nd minute. Greg Vinny really rolls the dice here. Endo and Lovitz come on for Will Johnson and Zavaleta. And that means Toronto FC go to 3 at the back with Betashore, Drew Moore, and Justin Morrow. 67th minute, Toronto FC on the counterattack, but Altidore body checked off the ball around 25 yards out, and you just can't do that. That's a free kick. And who else to step up but Altidore? And why Altidore? Because he takes it in and it flies into the top corner with pace to bring Toronto FC within striking distance, and it's 3-2. That is why. 75th minute, Toronto FC looking for the equalizer with a cross from Justin Morrow to Altidore, who heads it towards the net, but Robles catches it. 86th minute, time winding down. Toronto FC need something. The comeback is completed after Michael Bradley plays it to Altidore, and he takes it awkwardly, but stays with the ball, then finishes from outside the box, near post, and it's 3-3. The final whistle blew, and that would put an end to an exciting match which saw Toronto FC clinch a playoff spot, so we will be in the playoffs this year. That's as good as a win for Toronto FC. They do drop points, but it's a point earned, not 2 points lost, because they still have a game in hand on New York, and they're still top of the Eastern Conference table.